You don't have to be a wrestling fan to like the movie The Iron Claw. And wrestling, and I'm a big wrestling fan. Like, my earliest memory in life is watching Hulk Hogan on Saturday night's Main Event on NBC back in like 88, man. I was born in 84, so I was like 4 years old. That was a big thing. That's a big way how me and my grandmother bonded. We watched wrestling, right? So the movie Iron Claw, there's families, there's so many, the wrestling business is a family business, right? So you got the Hart family, Stu Hart, Owen Hart, Bret Hart, Natalia, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the Anoa'i family, that is the Samoan family, that is Peter Chief Maivia, that is the Angry Samoans, or the Wild Samoans, that is the Usos, that is Nia Jax, that is Roman Reigns and The Rock, right? Then you got the Flairs, you got Ric Flair and his daughter Charlotte, right? Then you got who else you got? Then you got the Rhodes family, Goldust, Cody Rhodes, and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. But then you got a family that you probably ain't heard of, unless you're a real wrestling fan. And that is the Von Erichs. The Von Erichs. Before WWF was a big deal, that wrestling was ran in territories. So every region of the U.S. had its own wrestling company. And in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, they had the World Class Championship Wrestling, WCCW, not WCW. You feel me? And there was a family that ran it called the Von Erichs. The patriarch of the family, his name was Fritz Von Erich. Fritz Von Erich. And he had 6 sons. 6 sons. His youngest son, his oldest son died at 6 years old from drowning. But I'm going to tell you this. I don't want to give away too much of the movie. But the movie, the central theme of the movie shows how sons will do everything they can to get the approval of their father, and it's never enough. Everything. Do everything to a T to please your father your whole life, and it ain't never enough. Zac Efron did a great job. Zac Efron did an amazing job. He was the protagonist. He was the main protagonist. He played Kevin Von Erich. And, man, I already knew about the Von Erichs because I'm a wrestling fan, so I know the whole story. But if you're not a wrestling fan, I still recommend that you check out this movie. The central theme, like I said before, is sons that do everything in their power to try to appease their father, but it ain't enough. It ain't enough. You know, it's not going to be enough for the dad. And the film is about family and tragedy. Like, this movie, I mean, like I said, I knew the story of the Von Erichs before. If you're a wrestling fan, like hardcore like me, you know the Von Erich story, right? You know about the curse of the Von Erichs. But if you don't know, expect a lot of tragedy in this film. I don't think this film was nominated for anything for the Oscars, and I think that's a fucking travesty. I thought Zac Efron did an amazing fucking job as Kevin Von Erich. I mean, fuck. Just looking at him, like, he gained at least 30, 40 pounds of muscle, solid muscle. He looked amazing in the role, you know. And from what I know about the Von Erich story, that story was very accurate. You know, was shot extremely well. So We're going to give this movie an 86, not because I'm a wrestling fan and I love wrestling, but because the story was great. Another great movie by my favorite film production house, A24. All right? I recommend it. Go check it out.